right, we are live. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Glad you guys are here. If you guys do not know already, I'm Tammy. I'm the Siberian Wind. You're already on my channel, and if you're chatting, you've been a subscriber for at least 1 minute. And if you are not familiar with Cathy yet, we are going to welcome in Cathy from My Hobby Home. She is going to be joining us starting obviously now all the way through July. We are going to be working on Land That I Love. It's a project in the Celebrate With Quilts book. The project is found on, I think, 122, something like that. It's in the 120s. 121, page 121 in the Celebrate With Quilts book. So, Cathy, tell us a little bit about your channel and say hi, hello.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Cathy. My channel is My Hobby Home. I started it, my very first video was July 14th of last year.
Oh, wow.
I quilt, I sew, I cook, I garden. Some of that may all be on the channel. I try to keep my cooking off the channel because sometimes it gets a lot. Because I have more than enough sewing and quilting for the channel. So, but let's see. I'm a wife, a mother of 3, a grandmother of 2, and today is my oldest daughter's 28th birthday.
Well, we won't be able to forget when we started this then. Happy birthday to her.
Definitely not.
Well, we've got Melina and Nancy in the chat. Welcome in, both of you. Melina said that she's got about 3 feet of snow and still snowing. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. She is in northern Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. And then Nancy is just in saying hi. Volumes are low. Okay, let me go in and make some adjustments. And let's do that. Can you guys hear Cathy now? Cathy, if you'll say something.
Hello, hello.
All right, you guys
Make sure I'm up. Yes.
Yeah, you guys should be able to hear her now. I did not have my desktop volume on, so that is my fault. Las Vegas is where Melina is from. You guys let us know. We are 30 seconds ahead of you guys, so let us know if the adjustment helps.
Nancy, can you hear me good now?
Oh, there went my phone.
Yeah. And if y'all see me looking down, I have my tablet down here reading all the comments because I can't see it on my phone.
All right, they said better and some better. Okay, I will make another adjustment. Okay. And that should blast it out. There we go. Oh,
okay.
Right.
Is that better?
Oh, yeah. It's showing up better on my side. Showing up a lot better. So everybody should be able to hear you. Ah, there we go. Nancy says better. Yay.
Okay,
Yay.
That's good.
So I'm going to bring the book up, and you guys have, below my screen, you guys have my machine. And if you have not seen this quilt before, welcome in, Laura. She's now joined the chat. She says, hi, Tammy, Cathy, and everyone. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here.
Hello, Laura.
All right, let me get my drink out of the way so I don't knock it over, because you guys know I will do that in a heartbeat. So this is the quilt that we are working on. This is the zoom-in version of it.
Hey, Katie.
Welcome in, Katie. Yes, she says, y'all hit that thumbs up like button. Yes, absolutely. And if you guys are not subscribed to Cathy's channel already, her link is in the description box on this video. So please make sure you go subscribe to Cathy's channel as well. She's got a lot of great content. She's always putting out new stuff. She does a lot of box openings. I wish I could do the box openings.
Well, that may change come the first of the year. I'm contemplating doing a change on some of my content.
Okay.
And that's one of the things that's probably going to change.
That makes sense.
Because I already have too many projects I want to get to.
Okay, you're a quilter. You're supposed to have too many projects. That is how that works.
No, I actually have project boxes
over here from the floor almost. I may be able to fit 3 more before they hit the ceiling.
Oh goodness,
So I've got
that's a little tall.
I've got to stop. I've got to do something before they fall over. I got to start working them out.
Oh my gosh. All right, welcome in, Susan. She has joined the chat. She's saying good evening to Tammy and Cathy, as well as all in chat. And Nancy says that she loves watching us both. That's
Thank you,
fantastic.
Nancy.
That's fantastic. Thank you. All right, so what I'm starting with, and I believe what Cathy said she was starting with, are going to be these star blocks here in the blue section. So they are
Yes.
supposed to be scrappy. Now, they, yeah, they do come out like that, don't they? I'm doing a double take. So there's 27 of these stars that are going to be in this block section. So we're going to do each one of those individually. They're all the same star blocks, so we're not having to change up what star blocks we're doing. If you guys do have this book, it is on page 27. One of the things that this book does is it gives you the cutting instructions for different sizes for each of these blocks. So we are using the 3-inch cutting instructions. We'll later be using the 6-inch cutting instructions, but they also include, if you want to make these blocks larger, you can also make them in 9 and 12 inches. So you have those instructions in the book. And one of the things that I will say, and I did say this the other night on my live, if there is a 7/8 inch measurement, go ahead and round up. Just go
Yeah, I
ahead and
didn't do
round
the
up.
7/8.
You did the
I
7/8?
rounded up.
You rounded
No,
up?
I
Yeah.
did not do the 7/8.
Okay. Yeah, no, I there's no way I was going to do the 7/8 inch measurements. That's just
I
way
figured
too
that
much.
I figure that gives me a little extra fabric to trim if I mess up somewhere.
That's true, and it does. It does. Bear with me just a second. We are going. Let's see. Putting good. Okay. Bear with me just a second. I will be right back, you guys. I need to go let my husband handle this for me. We are traveling to Missouri this Friday and Saturday, or this not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow. And my nephew is asking questions, so let me go let him handle this. So I'll be right back.
But I'll keep chatting with y'all. So how is everyone doing today? We saw Melina has snow. Does anybody else have snow? Katie, I'm sure you have snow. I wish I could have hung out just a little bit more with you earlier. Did Nikolai get his thing built, or is he still building on it? Yeah, my comments may be a little lagged behind everybody. Oh, Melina, you're snowed in. Oh, I love it when we get snowed in here. But in Louisiana, we don't get snow very often. So just a little bit of snow and we're snowed in.
I heard snow and being snowed in, and you're in Louisiana, so yeah, you would be snowed in, Cathy.
Yeah, Melina said she's snowed in.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I guess because you guys haven't had any lately. Katie says that they've got about 3 inches on the ground, and Nikolai finished his project, unlike Katie.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
So was he doing The Mandalorian? Is that what he was doing?
Oh, good question. Good question. All right, so
Yeah, Katie was on live at 5, I think.
Okay.
Or when I came in, she was on live and I cut her on, and while I was trying to get ready to eat and cut fabrics and mark fabrics.
Oh my goodness. All right, so I
got to catch a little bit of hers.
I haven't even laid these out yet. Okay, so All of these
Oh,
four
the
that's the
first step
same.
is you just take the two bigger blocks
Yeah, the bigger ones.
and make half square triangles out of them.
Gotcha. And I don't want to go pull my seam tape out, so I'm going to grab a pencil and a ruler. Oh,
Oh yeah, I marked all of my fabrics too.
you
I
are way
just
you're way ahead of me.
I marked them during Katie's live. Oh,
Good.
Melina, yes, there's nothing like having a nice warm fireplace.
Oh,
We have a
yeah.
fireplace here, and when it gets about 40 degrees in the house, because, when you sleep at night, we cut the heat off in the house because it just gets too hot at night.
Ours
And
gets too hot too.
yeah, and it's a dry heat,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't like that. We'll um we'll start having a fire in the fireplace.
My
Okay, it's 70 degrees here. When I got in
Oh
my
my gosh.
vehicle and came home today, it was 70 degrees. I'm like, it is November.
I was sitting there watching. I had to go to my physical therapy appointment at 1. So 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I take that back. I was going somewhere this morning and my transmission temperature in my vehicle, because I can check that. I was watching it climb and it finally got to 70 something degrees and I'm going, I still wouldn't burn my hand on that.
Uh,
It's still that cold. Oh, I should have pre-marked all of this, but I didn't do any of that.
hey, Chloe,
Welcome
how are
in,
you doing
Chloe.
tonight?
Welcome, welcome. Let's
And
see.
y'all, this is like the best start to my weekend because Thursday, is like my Friday, and nothing better to start your weekend than with sewing.
Well, I have felt like today is Friday all day, and I was asking my husband because he's going to watch Alabama football. So I was asking him what time the game is tomorrow, and the game is not until Saturday.
Uh,
Oh my gosh. Susan says that she's been keeping her heater set to 63. Wear sweaters to stay warm. I don't blame her. Welcome in, Pam. She says hi, Cathy and everyone.
hey,
Um,
Pam.
did you see Katie's that Nikolai finished the Mandalorian one the other day, and then tonight he built the Christmas kit one that had the most votes on it.
Oh, okay.
Welcome in, Alicia. Alicia's a new content creator.
Yes,
Have you seen her yet?
yes, I have.
Awesome.
I think I subscribed the other night. I
Okay.
don't remember if I did or not. I'll double check and make sure.
I was number 34.
Uh,
um, she is actually, she lives just down the street from where my husband and I used to live before we moved up here.
right.
They,
I remember us talking the other night, and that's what she said. What y'all figured out was that
yeah,
y'all had lived close to the same area.
that's just crazy. I mean, I moved all the way across the country, and then here we go.
Yeah.
And we're reconnecting.
And then my son is the one that may be moving over there. He
Over to,
hasn't heard yet, but I'm
okay.
still hoping he don't.
Chloe says that she is doing okay. Awesome. Yay. Yay, yay. I ended up hopping on William's live last night. He runs My So-Called Life. He and Jess from So Blessed by Jess were
Yeah.
on, and I went and hopped on last night, and I still have not cleaned up from working on letters for the temperature quilt yet.
Oh, goodness.
So I have so much hanging around. Right, Alicia? She says, small, small world.
Yeah. Yeah, Alicia, my son may be moving to, where did I tell you the other night?
To Huntsville.
Huntsville.
Yep,
I
which is
wanted to
North
say
Alabama.
Hopkinsville, but I'm like, that's in Kentucky.
Yeah, he'll be about 4.5 hours, 5 hours from where she is.
Oh, okay.
Pam says it's a small world after all, and the sewing world seems smaller. Well, as long as we seem tight knit and we're a happy family, that's not a big problem.
No.
Are you gonna?
But my son being over there would be a problem for me because he's got my grandbaby, and then she'd be 7 hours away from me.
Well, 7 hours better than 10 because you were saying that he was 10 before.
Yes, it was 10 when they lived in Clarksville, Kentucky, or Tennessee.
And then Katie says, I hope I didn't go overboard sharing on your group the other night. Oh, no, absolutely not. You did not go overboard. You are going to raise that bar. Everybody's going to have to share more to raise how many entries everybody gets for Show and Tell. Oh, wow. Alicia says she graduated from University of Alabama in Huntsville.
Okay.
I didn't take any classes from them when I was up there. I took classes from Strayer while I was up in Huntsville. But I didn't get to go to University of Alabama in Huntsville. All right. Question for you, Cathy. Are you going to be pressing your half square triangle seams open? Or are you pressing them to the dark?
I'm doing them how they show them in the book.
Do they show them? Let's
Yeah.
see. With right side facing.
Yes, they do. Normally they say press open.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, if you look on page 27 on the right, the very first one. Yeah, so I actually did a test to make sure doing the doing it without doing the 7/8.
I see the arrow from A to C.
Yeah, so to your dark.
I think
to your blue fabric. See, I got 2 of them here.
Okay.
And I pressed both of them to the blue.
I'm still
I was just saying, how much trimming I was going to have to be doing by doing the full inch instead of the 7/8. And it's not that bad. I mean,
no, it's
it
not
actually makes your squares. It makes your squares better, actually.
Maybe they're doing it for block lock users. Because I don't see, is there a, I'm going to look while I'm thinking about it. Because I don't think it's going to matter whether they're pressed one direction or the other.
I don't know, but
no, because
the next step,
the outside ones.
Yeah, when we do that next step, so I always do mine to the dark anyway.
Okay, well, I'm going to press
I always go to the dark side.
I'm going to press mine open and see if we come up with something different. That's what I'm going to try, because I haven't tried it yet. I mean, I like to press them open. Yeah. And I think maybe it's for the quilting, maybe.
I don't know. I tend to burn my fingers when I try to press it open.
Well, what I do, can you see the machine camera?
Yes.
What I do is I finger press open.
Yeah.
And then I go to the iron. So I don't
Probably why I have trouble with it is because I spray it. I best press every seam. I just do because it holds better to me.
Yeah. Welcome in, Patricia. Now, I starch everything, but I'm not going to starch this, I don't think, right now. I guess I should.
Yeah.
Because I could. I guess I will.
See, I didn't starch my fabric.
Oh, I did. I starched it.
I didn't, and I should.
My fabric stands up on its own.
I saw that the other day. Did y'all see the Creative Notions unboxing?
I don't know if I watched that one yet or not.
They have a recipe in there for starch alternative.
Okay. Well, Alicia.
It calls for vodka.
Yeah, Alicia has one too, and she says hers doesn't use the potato vodka. Because we
I
were
was
talking about that
like,
the other night too. Because the local group uses the potato vodka, and I'm not 100% sold on it yet. I haven't played with it yet to try it
"Hmm,
and see if I like it enough. I guess I'll search
well,
my
I don't,
phone
no, you
blocks.
can't see it. I have behind me here, I have 2 gallons of best press. So I'm good for a couple months.
I'm about to 1.5 gallons of the Stay Flow. We're measuring our starch in gallons, guys. We're measuring in gallons.
Oh, yeah. I don't buy it any less than a gallon.
Oh, all right. So I've got my ruler out so I can cut down, but I can't give you guys measurements, so it's not going to be on the camera.
Yeah, I just refill my little bottle. I had to refill it last night. Now, I will
Oh,
say that when I'm pressing to cut, if I see a wrinkle that's hard to get out, I'll spritz a little best press on it and
yeah.
it comes right out.
Um,
But other than that, I don't know. I know it would help the raveling and fraying if
yeah.
I did starch, but I don't know. I want to get to sewing. I don't want to do
Oh,
all that.
while I'm thinking about it, um, Judy messaged in. She was looking at the pattern, and she says it says that she needs 30 low volume and background fabrics for the red, and 30 for the red as well. So
30.
yeah, so we were trying to. I need to look at that
No, it
because
was 11. It was
16 and
16.
14. So
Yeah,
yeah, it
6.
is.
Okay.
It is 16 and 14, but those are fat eighths. So
Yeah.
you can mix and match that.
And
Because she
who
was
was
saying,
that?
Judy. I haven't seen her in the chat yet tonight. Um, but I didn't want to forget. So yeah, you do need 30, but they're fat eighths, which is 9 by 18, or 9 by 22.
Yeah.
Sorry, 9 by 22.
Yes, yes, Susan, it is.
Um, so yeah, you do need 30 of the red, both the low volume, so your background, you need 30 of those, and you need 30 reds in order to do everything in the white strips and everything in the red strips. So you need 30 fat eights. So a fat quarter is going to give you two of those. You just will have a little less variety than somebody who buys 30 different fat eights or gets there from their stash.
Yeah. And
So,
I didn't do the fat eights. I just did yardage. I don't remember how much I did, but like for my blue, that's what I'm using there. That's the Old Glory.
oh, that's pretty.
It's the blue with the white and red and polka dots. And then my white is the white on white with the stars.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
all I did. But I mean, and I use the same color. I'm using the same color for every block in the stars.
Okay,
Now, in the stripes, I did have some fat quarters that
okay.
I had here already in my stash. And I did have a lot in my stash that I'm able to use, but that's a lot of fat eights.
It
so,
is. It is a lot of fat
so
eights.
and we literally went through every fabric at Stitched in Faith,
Okay.
and I got just about everything they had.
Well, I bought the kit, but I think I'm gonna do this quilt twice. So I'm gonna do
Yeah,
the one with the kit, and then I'm gonna do it again, so I have one to gift away. So I'm not sitting here with, just the all the work that I put into one, and I mean I can go ahead and get a second one knocked out at the same time. So I
yeah,
think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna pull from my stash from the set for the second one. Um, but so I'm doing four. I'm not doing any more than four of the stars in the blue from the same fabric. I think that's what I've come
yeah.
down to. is that they gave me enough to do that. Patricia was saying no starch products in Greenland. Katie says even if I had access to starch, I wouldn't because of my lungs. Now, I will say this. A lot of the starch products that you can buy, like Best Press and things, do tend to have scents added to them that can be aggravating to asthma. Starch itself shouldn't be. And there's other ways to starch without spraying it. Welcome in, William. He just joined the chat. He says, hello, everyone. Patricia has a gallon of Best Press herself. Susan says that's what I do as well. Cathy, Best Press is the girl's best friend.
It really is.
It is. Well, you like Best Press. I am not a Best Press fan. I will say. I'm not. I tried to swap years ago, and I'm just not happy with it. Not happy with it. I grew up on the regular old style starch, and that habit's a hard one to break.
Now, I've used flatter also, but that's just way out of my budget.
Yeah, I've seen flatter, but I haven't bought any of it for the same reason.
I've gotten it in the subscription boxes.
Yep. Let's see. So Pam says that she's not a fabric treater, no starch, no Best Press, and she's old enough that she does wash all of her fabric. Yeah, I pre-wash everything as much as I can. I don't pre-wash kits because usually there's not enough fabric given to you in the kit that you can handle the shrinkage. But anything that I buy, I pre-wash. So I do that. And then Katie's asking the other ways to starch without spraying. You can actually soak your fabrics in. So I don't know if you have cornstarch there. Cornstarch is another base way to create starch other than potato vodka. And those are the ones that I know about. There's others out there, but I haven't learned all of them yet. So stay tuned. I will figure them out. As I get low, I will figure them out. But what you do is instead of spraying your fabric is already in water in your washing machine. Or you can add it to, say, the rinse cycle of your washing machine. Kind of like people add fabric softener, but you add the starch products instead. And then it will rinse out some of it, but the rest of it will stay into your fabric. Alicia says that she does make hers with cornstarch. Yeah, I don't know if cornstarch is available in Greenland or not. I don't know if if cornstarch as a product is available. It would typically be available in the cooking and baking section here in the United States. So cornstarch is used in baking items. Let's see.
Yeah, and if you have access to Azure Standard, you can buy it in a large bag. Big large bag.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Or tub.
Alicia dips hers in a bucket. Yeah, that would work too. Pam's asking, doesn't Fat Quarter Shop soak all her fabric and starch? I honestly don't know. Katie just says she sprays hers. Yes, Pam. Okay, so Fat Quarter Shop apparently sprays all of hers with starch. Katie says, I'm
going to have to try that.
Yeah. The dip in the bucket is kind of how my client starched everything for me. So my client's quilt that I did, it was 2 quilts for the railings of his house. And he previously worked in the laundry industry, the professional laundry. So washing like table linens, aprons, napkins, things like that for restaurants was kind of what they did. And so he actually soaked everything in the washing machine before putting it into the dryer. And that's how he did his. Or that's how he starched the fabric for me. And it worked beautifully. But he didn't spray. Let's see. Susan says, for little blocks, pre-cuts like puzzle mystery quilt, use the acorn pressing pen. Yes. On just the seam and then press makes really flat seams. I love that pen, but mine molded. So I don't know. I didn't use the Acorn like branded solution. I used my own starch, and my starch molded. So I don't know what the problem was. So I need to get a new one. Oh, Katie says that the cornstarch that they sell in the store comes in a small bag in the food section. There's no such thing as anything bigger than that. Yeah, you can check and see. Like, do a trial run. Get your Acorn pen links. Mine kind of does too, or did. Maybe that's why it molded. I don't know. But you can try the what am I going to say? You can try that small bag of starch and see how far that goes, and see whether or not that's cost effective for you, Katie. That would be one option.
And I would imagine if you do it in a 5-gallon bucket, whatever you don't use does, well, I guess it's according to if your fabric bleeds out in the starch or not.
Good point. Good point.
I was going to say you could probably put a lid on it and keep it, but if your fabric bleeds out in the bucket, you can't very well keep it.
Well, you can always start with the light colors and then work to the darker colors and save reds and blues for last. Katie says, no, it's not worth the effort, Tammy. Oh, I don't blame you. I
don't starch anything either, so.
I need to go find another blacklight pen or blacklight flashlight. Mine is kind of fritzy, and I definitely need it for this white on white. It is so hard to see.
I didn't know you could use a black light on the white on white.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Get a black light flashlight. I'm gonna go look at Harbor Freight for my next one.
I've got black lights everywhere in my house. Because, well, I have a garden.
Oh, that's right.
If you grow tomatoes, you need the black light to tell if you have hornworms.
Oh, okay. But yeah.
And
yeah, if you go take some white on white fabric over to your black light, put it underneath that black light, and it will show up which side is the right side. Like, it glows.
And I actually have some black light bars. I have flashlights, then I have 2 black light bars.
Yeah.
Because, kids love that stuff. So they have like glow in the dark stars on their ceilings and black light posters and
These are squares, and they just don't feel like squares. I don't know why. It just feels like they're oblong for some reason. But I cut them right. I'm starting to do that star point. I'm just going to do one star, and then I can start batch sewing all the rest.
Oh, I'm just chain stitching.
I need to.
I'm chain stitching them all. How many is it that we're doing?
27.
Why do I feel like I've got way more than 27?
I don't have all of mine cut yet. I've got enough cut.
I better make sure.
I've got enough of my background cut. Oh yeah, you were definitely chain sewing. You were going to be done way before me unless I turn around and start catching up. I'm going to have a lot of catching up to do. Alicia says that she keeps her leftover starch in the fridge. That makes sense. Katie says that her sewing is fine. Why change it? Oh yeah, there's no need to change it necessarily. It's just if you want to try adding starch, or you feel like a starch would be a good option for you, or if you like your fabric stiff enough that it can stand like a board like I do. That would be the point of adding starch. It just gives you a little bit more stability on some of those pieces that are a little bit harder to work with.
Okay, so we're actually going to make 54 if you chain stitch. Because you have to make 4 for one block.
If you're making...
So,
are you doing your half square triangles, or are you doing your star points? Okay. Yeah, half square triangles, it's 54. Your star points because I did my 4 for the one block. I did my 4 half square triangles for the one block. But now I'm starting on the star points for the one block. And you need 4 of those per block. So quite a few more.
Yeah.
Quite a few more. Yeah, so if you were have your fabric cut like Cathy does, you can chain stitch it
Yeah.
all. Welcome in,
I
Andrea.
like to do it fast.
Well,
Hey, Andrea.
I want to do mine fast too, but I didn't pre-cut. I did not pre-cut. I needed to, but I didn't. Let's see. Katie's saying, so here's the thing, use the pen for the seams, which is being used with small metals of best press. It triggers asthma. It doesn't matter if it's scented or unscented. Yeah. That was kind of something I noticed myself about best press for me. It didn't matter if it was unscented or not. I could still smell it. There are days with my fibromyalgia that I have hypersensitivity to everything. So I can smell things that nobody else in the room can smell. Oh, so, I do have asthma related to that. So I understand that, Katie. Unscented is a great option for those who can tolerate it. But it's definitely not without scent. It's just no additional scent. It's Kennedy has joined the chat. She says, hello, Alabama and everyone. Welcome in. Welcome.
Hey, it's Kennedy.
Yeah, I'm taking
We got
over the
Andrea
chat.
in here.
Yes, we do. She says, howdy, Tammy, Cathy, and chat. Katie says, so we're going to change my ironing board cover again because of it. My asthma's gone berserko because of it. I actually take my ironing board cover off and wash it. That is something that I do on a regular basis. Because I can smell when I've had too much fun with it. So I wash mine regularly. Let's see. Short of breath.
Saying I have asthma, and the best press hasn't bothered me.
Yeah, I didn't bother me as much when I wasn't having a flare up, but when I was having a flare up, it was bad.
Yeah, that may be why it took me so long to get well this last time, and I still have some of it going on.
Yeah, it can. Let's see. Katie's going to the doctor tomorrow. Short of breath, or more short of breath than normal. Having chest pain. Oh gosh, yeah. I definitely go to the doctor for that. Susan says, "Oh no, Katie, that's worrisome, right? It is. It absolutely is." All right, so for all of you guys who do want to chain piece, okay, I'm going to show you guys what I do. So this is those star points. So I've got those star points sewn, and there is I don't know if you guys can see my thread, but the thread is still attached to all 4 of these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these down on my mat as they are right now, and I'm going to lay my ruler on top of them and trim that 1/4 inch seam. So I did go ahead and press it, so I set my seam before I go trim, but I will go trim with them all still attached. So that saves you trimming time. So if you don't like to sit and trim, that is the way to avoid spending a lot of time sitting and trimming. And I use the line on my board just to line that seam, that straight seam up before I put my ruler down on it. I cheat. Oh. Yep, everybody wants to know how you are doing, Andrea. We all want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Oh, Katie, I've never heard of that. So oh my goodness.
Yeah, you did see William in here. He was in here earlier. He might still be here. Susan says that her second husband's asthma trigger was cold air. My main trigger is activity. Mine is listed as activity induced. So I was playing volleyball and cheerleading and all of that, and that would trigger my asthma attacks. But since my fibromyalgia, my sense of smell can sometimes be just absolutely haywire. Absolutely haywire. All right, so this is what they look like once I've trimmed that 1/4-inch seam off. So I'm going slow, so don't think you got to go super fast on this project. Cathy's going to beat me on this one. I'll catch up.
Oh no,
next
I
month.
still have the other side to do to make my half square triangles. So,
Andrea says that she's doing good. She's been working on a couple of special projects. Ooh, how cryptic, how special that can be. We want to know more. For those of you who are new and do not know, Andrea or Mama J Enterprises, she is a pattern designer based out of Texas. So anytime she is working on something, we are all assuming it is another pattern. Oh, and if you guys are in the chat tonight, if you have hang on, let me make sure before I speak. Oh, nope, let me go fix it. All right. There we go. I think Nightbot will like me. So you should be able to do exclamation selfie in the chat, and that will give you a link, or that will put a link to your channel in the chat. Let's see. Any new projects for testing yet, Andrea, is what Katie wants to know.
Katie, I'm doing the Christmas gnome right now. He's so cute. Oh my goodness, he is so cute. I should have him done maybe in the next week.
I can't wait to see him. I cannot wait.
Or at least the top I should have done.
Well, my top is done. I have not quilted my star-crossed path yet. Andrea says that she's working on a squirrel wall hanging for Donna and designing a pattern for Donnell on her YouTube. Oh, awesome! Yay! All right, so Alicia's got her channel link in the chat, you guys. If you guys have not checked her out, she is a new content creator out of Alabama. She is also a quilter, and so far I am loving everything I'm seeing so far. So go check her out. Go hit subscribe and help her grow her channel. You guys have helped me so much, so help her out too. Oh.
Yeah, I think we have a great community. I started in, like I said, July last year. July 14th was my very first video, and I monetized, or had my 500 and my view hours on December the 4th.
Oh, wow.
Of the same year.
That's faster than me.
Yeah, it was. Now, I mean, if you see when my channel was created, it was created the September the year before.
My channel,
because
mine was back from 2011.
See, but I never put a video out because, I mean, this was an idea in my head. I wanted to do something. But because I had no kids at home anymore.
Yeah.
So it was getting bad. And, they talk about empty nest and all that, and depression and all that. Mm-hmm. It was serious.
Oh, yeah.
I would come in from work and just go to bed. So I was like, I've got to do something.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to take time for yourself. And you are basically, when you become an empty nester, or you have a new baby, or you go through any kind of big change like that, the human body and psyche is not set up for huge change like that. That is not normal.
No, and I went from having 3 children at home and running baseball games, dance team, softball, trying to think what football games. I mean, I never stopped when my kids were home. So I didn't know how to deal with not having a kid at home.
Yeah.
It
It's
it was
it's different.
life changing, very life changing. And but now they joke and they say, "Oh, Mama, we're going to move back home." I'm like, "No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not moving back home.
She's
You can come and visit."
Mama has finally figured it out.
I'm like, "I have a small bed that you can sleep in when you come visit." I made sure the bed wasn't too big and too comfortable
There you go.
because I don't mind them coming and staying a night. But now, if something happened and one of my children had to move home,
It'd
my
be
door's
different.
always open.
Yeah.
But
But you're not inviting them to just take advantage of it.
no, I encourage them to figure it out.
Yeah.
If there's a
Absolutely.
situation, figure it out.
Andrea says she dropped a new video today for her mystery quilt along. You guys, she also
Oh,
dropped a link to her channel in there. So go check out her mystery quilt along. Andrea, is it a free quilt along? Or do we need to buy something to participate? She also says, Cathy, I'm very much looking forward to the Christmas gnome test. I think we all are. I think we all are.
yeah.
I know why you are, though. You designed it.
Me too, Katie. I mean, if any of my kids called me today and said, "Mama, this is going on, I need to move in," I would let them. But, they like to pick and play with me all the time because they know now that I've gotten used to not having any of them here. So,
Yeah.
and they always say, "Well, we're going to move back into the sewing room." No, you can have the couch. If more than one comes back, they can have the couch.
Alicia said, "You guys are amazing. I'm trying to catch up with you. I've been quilting for 2 years. Oh, don't count your years as to your success with quilting. Everybody progresses at their own pace with quilting.
Who was this? I don't see the. Who was this that said that?
Alicia. It's
Alicia.
yeah, it's scrolled up already.
Oh, okay. Alicia, don't worry about that girl because I've been quilting since June of last year. So I've been quilting just a little over a year. But I've been sewing for 40 plus years. I can't even figure out how many it is.
Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I need to get to that, Andrea. Thank you. She says, hint, hint, Tammy. I've been waiting on a couple of videos from you so I can get the stir across path pattern published. Yeah, I know. My bad. My bad. I do need to publish those. I do need to publish them. I did record them. I just have to sit down and do the editing, and that's actually what I need to focus on. I can actually do the editing of those probably while I sew labels on, which I need to do tomorrow because I still have to hand wash my queen size quilt that I'm taking to my nephew. Andrea also said that there's nothing to buy for her mystery quilt along. It is a freebie from her to anyone who wants to participate. So there's a mystery freebie quilt along, guys, over on Andrea's channel. So if you are not a subscriber,
I love
Andrea,
mystery quilts along.
Yep, if you're not a subscriber to Mama J Enterprises, go click her link. Let's see. Susan says that was her dad. When her sister's marriage ended, Dad took her and her 4 kids to move in. Oh my gosh. That's 5 people to move in. So he went from 1 person to 6 all in one fell swoop. That's a lot of people. That's a big change.
Yeah, when my children's dad and I got divorced, My aunt and uncle that had no children took me and two babies and one on the way.
Oh
I mean,
gosh.
literally about to have my baby. Um, they took three in and had a fourth one within a month.
Oh my gosh. So I was sitting here showing you guys the faster way that I trim these 1/4 inch seam allowances away, and I went ahead and trimmed my pieces, so I can't do that now. uh, and you guys will be proud. The pieces that I'm cutting off are too tiny for even me to sew. So they are smaller than an inch. So I am not going to save them and try to sew anything with them. I have learned my limits. It is an inch. Oh no, Katie, or Chloe saying that she had a really scary bout of pneumonia this summer. Yeah, there's a lot of people not feeling good this summer. Katie's had it lots and lots of times, so I know she understands all of that too. I had walking pneumonia when I worked for the drugstore company that I worked for. Ooh. Andrea says that she'll be doing a couple of drawings around Christmas time among the participants for her mystery quilt along. The only thing you have to do to be entered is to send her a picture of the completed quilt top for one drawing, and for the second one, submit a name for the quilt. You are pulling my leg, Andrea. You're twisting my arm.
Yeah. I know. I hear mystery quilts along, and I'm just like, oh, I've got to do it.
Well, I'm already doing Stitch in Heaven's one at the beginning of January, on January 1st.
Yeah, I think I saw that one.
Yeah.
I'm
doing that one. And
I think I got a notice on it the other day.
Yeah, I'm going to do a Zoom for it so that anybody who wants to sew it with me can come hang out and sew. It won't be published on YouTube, so we can say whatever we want to within reason.
Well, have you ever been to Stitch in Heaven?
I haven't had a chance.
Oh, girl. Oh my goodness.
That's gonna be on my bucket list.
I went to a retreat. Yeah, I took a retreat there with our Sea Stars Quilting. She did a retreat there, and she's going to be doing another one the beginning of the year again. I can't remember the exact date. I got my email the other day.
Okay.
And it's at Stitch in Heaven. It is fabulous.
I bet. I saw they had the retreaters there one year. I think it was the year I did the New Year's Eve mystery. So two mysteries ago, they had the retreaters there. I'm going, that would be so nice. That would be so nice.
Katie is asking, what is walking pneumonia? It's kind of like when you hurt all over.
Yeah, okay, so pneumonia typically knocks most people on their rear ends where they can't get out of bed or anything like that. Walking pneumonia is you don't even know you have pneumonia until they do the x-rays or scans or whatever and find that you have pneumonia. You're still up and walking around and still doing all of this other stuff, but it's more dangerous because you're pushing yourself and still doing everything you would normally be doing. You could be more likely to have a major complication from it, cardiac issues, things like that. Chloe says, that's what I'm worried about for you, Katie. It is atypical pneumonia. Yeah, it is very atypical. And Susan says, Mom and Dad had 5 kids, so the 5 moving in at one time was like us having us back out as kids. Oh, I believe it.
Oh my goodness. Tammy, look what Andrea said.
Oh my
Another
gosh.
arm twister. The grand prize is free access to all of her patterns for life.
Okay, Andrea, if you can find a way to donate me 2 weeks of uninterrupted sewing time, you have a deal, because I will absolutely do it. However, my problem right now is I've got my pattern to issue out by January 1st. And I have to get it done. Welcome in, Candace. She says hi, everyone.
Hey, Candace.
Oh, good point, Chloe. She says that the walking pneumonia is more mild and can be a certain bacteria. It can, but when I had it, the doctors were telling me that it was more dangerous. And I think it's because I was definitely a workaholic and kept trying to push myself. I was working 40 hours a week and had pneumonia at the same time. And I was not stopping. So the doctor put me on bed rest. Because otherwise there was no way I was going to stop doing what I was doing. So I don't know. That was what I was told when I had it. Let's see. Chloe says, "Wow, Andrea, that is super generous, right? I know. Like you get free access to all of her patterns for life. Like, I mean, come on now. That's like totally not fair." Oh, let's see. Alicia says that she has 16 and a possible spades reference for the card players, and it's very lively around here for the holidays.
I bet it is, Alicia.
You have 16 kids? Is that what I'm understanding? That's a lot of kids if that's what you're talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm a little late on everything today. Oh, Chloe, you're really gonna help, really? She says, "Tammy, you can do it for Andrea so long. Use your AccuQuilt." I've considered participating.
I may have to pull my AccuQuilt out and do that too, huh?
Oh my gosh.
I just got a new die in and I haven't used it yet. Oh, 16 grand.
Oh my
Alicia has 16
gosh.
grandchildren.
That is very lively. That's expensive too. Just saying.
Yeah, we have gotten, our family has gotten really, really big because there's 5 children. I have a stepbrother and 3 siblings.
Okay.
And all of us have, except for my stepbrother, we all have at least 3 children. My stepbrother has 2.
Oh my gosh.
And my sister has 5.
Shoot.
And 4 of her kids have kids.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, her oldest has 2. Her second one has 2. Her third one has 2. Her fourth one has 1.
Oh my goodness.
And like me, I have 3, and my youngest 2 have 1 each. And then my little brother, my stepbrother has 2. My little brother has 2, and they both have babies. And my little sister has 3, and her oldest has 5.
Oh my gosh.
Her second one has 1, and her third one has 2. So it's like our family is like a circus when we get together.
Y'all need to do those Scrabble quilts. Y'all really need to do one of those Scrabble quilts.
I don't know.
All right, so
I'm the only one in my family that quilts.
Yeah, you could do a Scrabble quilt though.
Oh, a Scrabble quilt.
Yeah, where you do the names. Have you seen those before?
Oh, okay.
I
thought you said a travel quilt.
Oh, no.
That wouldn't work.
No. Pam said that dishes are done. She wants to do all the things we were chatting about. Alicia
Pam, Pam was saying she don't know how I do as much as I do and work full time. I can
Oh yeah,
barely sew during a work week.
yeah. I'm with you.
Sewing is my sanity.
If I was
Um,
working, I wouldn't be doing half of what I'm doing.
well, I work from 6 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon. So I still have a lot of time in the evening to sew. And another tip, I don't clean house. I pay my daughter to do it. But my grandson has had pink eye this week,
Oh
and
no.
so she hasn't been able to come over.
Oh my goodness.
So, well, I wash the laundry. She just hangs and folds it. I wash the dishes, but I don't really eat at home a lot
Yeah.
because if I do eat at home, it's something I prepared to eat for the week, and I just use paper plates and throw them away.
I don't
But
I don't blame you. Alicia
yeah,
was
I sew at least an hour every day, at least.
I wish. I don't think I could handle that. And that was kind of my problem. That's why I end up having to stop working is because I would barely make it through a 6-hour day and then wouldn't be functional afterwards. Alicia says that she has 3 kids and her husband has 3 and she'll probably never be able to retire.
It's Kennedy says, sounds like I need a convention center to get together.
I
Well,
saw that.
we are talking about renting a hall this year to have our Christmas get together because my sister's house has even gotten too small and she has um like a living room, kitchen, dining room, and den like in the shape of an L.
Uh-huh.
And so her house is actually bigger than mine by a lot.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, this year I'm only hosting my children, my parents, and my aunt.
Susan says that
And
her parents had 12 grandkids and there are now 7 great grandkids. Um, Sad that both parents died before the last 2 were born. My gosh, you guys with big families. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
yeah, the last one in our family that was born was my grandson, and he was born December 22nd last year. That
Okay.
is the same day that my uncle passed away. It is so crazy how it all happened.
Yeah.
Um, my sister was admitted into the hospital with congestive heart failure,
Okay.
and my daughter went in at midnight to have the baby, and then my uncle, we got the call at 1:36 in the morning that he passed away. And it's so weird because I don't know if I've mentioned this on my channel, but when my daughter had my grandson, she was allergic to they gave her fentanyl
Oh no.
as to her epidural, and she was allergic to it, and she flatlined, and so did the baby.
Oh my gosh. So it's
Yeah,
amazing that
and
they're here.
that was terrifying. And so I just told her, um, I mean, that was terrifying. That was
Yeah.
terrifying. But I told her, I said, well, Uncle Wayne had to give both of y'all a kiss before, when he left, he had to give both of y'all a kiss.
Aw. That is precious.
And my grandson, he had a stork bite on the back of his neck.
Oh,
You know what that's called?
yeah.
The stork bite. They say they're kissed by an angel.
Uh-huh.
So I told her, I said, well, because that was the one thing she just cried and cried because Uncle Wayne had passed away. That's my uncle. My aunt that I always talk about is her husband.
Oh, okay.
They never had children, but they had all of us. We were enough. We were a handful growing up. But she just cried and cried because Uncle Wayne didn't get to see her baby. And I told her, I said, oh, he held him before you did.
Yeah.
So
Pam just said that when she gets home at 4:30, her brain is tired. If she has a project underway, she could sew, but can't seem to focus on organizing during the week. I don't blame you one bit. So right before I had to stop working, I was to the point where I was having to take so much family medical leave that I was going in for 2 hours a day, and that was all I could handle. The smells and sounds and lights were all too much for me. And I mean, I would come home from 2 hours at the office and just be absolutely toast. I mean, just absolute toast. So yeah, I can sympathize. Now, all right, so I do have a question for Andrea. She said that the mystery quilts along is all done in 2.5-inch squares. She wants people to get used to a larger version of her pixel patterns. So Andrea, I got a question for you. If I have someone cut my fabrics for me, can I share the free patterns for life with them? Can we collaborate? Will you allow that? Because I might have help if I can twist it's Kennedy's arm. Oh,
And Pam, I wanted to say something about Pam. You know, she gets home at 4:30, but her brain is tired. Sometimes I come in and I sit in the recliner and I go to sleep. I take me a nap, but then I get up and I make sure I sew at least an hour, because if I don't sew at least an hour, I'll get out of the habit of sewing, and I can't do that. YouTube is my accountability. I would have 100 unfinished projects if I did not have YouTube, because I've literally had people message me in a comment of a video and they're like, "Hey, what about this? You said you were finishing this." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am, but I hadn't got to it yet." So it's my accountability.
Well, no, Andrew, what I was asking is if I win the free patterns for life, can I share that with the person who helps me?
Oh, it's Kennedy. It's Kennedy says, "My mom said I always said I was enough. I'm an only child. I tried really hard to convince her to get me a brother or a sister. My youngest daughter has said that my grandson is it." But of course, you know, after that traumatic experience, I don't blame her.
Yeah.
But her and her fiance have both said no more. And her fiance said it before she did.
Oh my goodness. Well, it looks like with the way that I pieced, and I pieced with a scant quarter, it looks like I have just a hair to trim on the outside edges. So, no, I can't share it. Darn it. Darn it, darn it. I had to ask, Andrea. I can't share the free patterns for life if I get help getting it cut.
Well, you could always send somebody the fabric and just tell them, "I need this many 2.5-inch squares, this many of this, and this many of that."
Well, it's Kennedy's already in the chat, so I can't ask now.
Oh, okay.
She'd already know. I get found out. I'm not trying to game the system. That's why I was asking permission in advance. I'm not going to ask forgiveness. I want to ask permission. All right. I am restarching my fabrics that are in this block. My block is completely wet, so I've got to let it dry a little bit before I press it. So you guys can see.
And I'm almost done with my half square triangles, so, well, sewing them, not cutting and trimming.
Yeah, that's a whole nother task.
Yeah, and I'm not going to cut or trim on the video. I'm going to, or on the live, I'm going to just move to my next step.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I soaked that with a lot of starch. It's really wet, you guys. it should stand up very nicely once I get done.
It's going to be stiff as a board, isn't it?
It is. It is.
You're going to be sewing canvas.
That's okay. I won't have to worry about whether or not it's going to stay on the design wall, because it'll be flat enough. The design wall will pick every last bit of it up. I did not mean to spray this much dirt, you guys. My spray bottles have been acting a little funky, and it just didn't want to stop spraying. So that's part of the problem.
Ah.
And don't worry, Andrea, I won't share them. You said I can't. I won't do it. if I win, I will abide by
You
the
may
rules.
need to run some vinegar through your spray bottle.
I just hot water works. I just haven't done
Oh,
it
okay.
in the last day, and it's been a couple days since I've been working on it. It's Kennedy's asking everyone in the chat what they are working on tonight. Kennedy has ordered this book too, you guys, so you guys
This.
may get to see some of that.
I'm working on this.
Cathy's doing the chain piecing I normally do, and I'm doing the piece one at a time that I don't normally do. At least this way I'm not having to worry about whether or not they are all close together. And my starch did discolor the fabric a little bit, so we'll see what I need to do later. But it stands up. It stands.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
It stands up. So this is the block, you guys. This is the first of 27 of these. And each of my 27, I'm going to do 4, maximum of 4 each color. So this is just one. There will be 3 more that are this fabric and this background.
That's really pretty.
Thank you. So these are the small ones that go in that blue section.
Oh, you did a dark blue on those, didn't you?
Yeah, this one came out pretty dark. One of the other fabrics I've cut, let's see, I didn't bring any of the cut pieces over, but I have cut 3 of my other fat 8s. So this is one of them. So it's got stripe or like a checkered pattern kind of, with the little floral accents in it. And those probably, you really probably won't be able to see some of that in the pieces. Then I've got a blue with white polka dots on it, and it's kind of like splattered polka dots, so it's not a symmetrical pattern. And then I've got this blue, which has a lot of white in it. It's a very heavily patterned floral. So there's sections that are dark, but then there's sections that are very white. So it's going to be interesting to see how that comes out. Welcome in, Maritza. Welcome in.
Hello, Maritza.
Pam says 1.5 inch cut and 1 inch sewn. I can't answer that because it is a purchased pattern. You have to purchase the book. But it is this block is 3 inch finished. And so it's from page 27 of the Celebrate With Quilts book by Lissa Alexander and Susan Ake. I think I put the link in the description. Let me go double check and make sure. All right, I've got Cathy's link in there. Yes, I do have a link to where you can buy it at Amazon. So if you've not purchased your book and you want to purchase the book, it is in the description box below. Oh, good question. She was asking Andrea if it was 1.5 inch cut and 1 inch sewn. And Andrea saying, yes, Pam. Awesome. All right, so Pam also said, so Andrea, how small are you going to go? I have one with small pieces, and it's taken me forever. I wanted to do a Bonnie Hunter, but chicken out at the number of pieces. Okay, so the trick to doing a Bonnie Hunter, the way that I do a Bonnie Hunter, is you take one clue at a time. You don't take the whole quilt. You take one clue at a time, and you cut everything that you need to cut, and you pair everything up, and you sew in leaders and enders, because there's a lot of pieces. There's a lot of them. So if I was doing this project as a leaders and enders, then what I would do is take the pieces that I need to sew together, and I would pair them up in sets, and I would have them by the machine to start feeding in every time I worked on something. So I'm actually going to swap to the chain piecing as well, now that I've got one put together and kind of know what it's going to look like. I will chain piece. I'm not going to chain piece tonight. I think I'm at my limit. I may do some half square triangles, but I'm not going to chain piece the whole thing. But now that I've had one made, I know what it should look like. I feel a little bit more confident about it. Jo is here. She says, "Hi, Tammy. Thank you so much for the beautiful pouch you sent." You are so welcome. You are so welcome. She won the pouch not this past Tuesday, but a week ago Tuesday. So it's already there. I'm excited.
Yeah, Tammy, I told you I was going to show you the picture.
Mm-hmm. Yay! That looks fabulous. I love your framing job. That is so exciting. Yay.
Yeah, I just framed it, and I'm going to be able to hang it, hopefully somewhere here in my sewing room. I don't really have a lot of wall space. All my walls are covered with shelves and fabric.
Oh, it's Kennedy. She says, the way I do something with that small of pieces, I just let someone else do it. Yeah, that would be one way to do it. That would be one way to do it.
What, the framing? Have somebody?
No, the sewing small pieces. Talking about the Bonnie Hunter. Sewing all the small pieces. She just let somebody else do it. You're not convincing me
Admire
to do it for
it from
you.
afar.
Oh. Yeah, I definitely need to get a replacement black light. That my one is kind of fritzy, so it doesn't like to stay lit when I want it to be lit, and I need it to stay lit. Not with alcohol, but stay lit. Stay turned on. Oh.
Yeah, I am now to the second step.
Which is sewing the other side?
I'm doing the four corners.
Oh, you're doing... Ooh, wait, four corners.
Yeah, the second step. You know, after the half square triangles.
Uh-huh.
I'm doing the next one below that, the B and E piece.
You're only doing two corners.
Oh, that's right, too. Oh, Lord. I'm only doing one right now. So these are the four corners of the big block.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not doing the other side of the half square triangles, are you?
Huh?
You're not doing the other side of the half square triangles yet, are you? Or have you already done all that?
Yeah, I've sewn these both sides.
Well, look at you. Putting me to shame.
I'm not going to cut them, though. I'm going to cut them off camera.
Okay.
I'm going to cut and press off camera. Because that's over here on the side, and... Yeah. My Martelli... I was telling you that Martelli's too big over here now.
Yeah. That Martelli fits just fine for most things, but it is definitely a little big. A little big.
Well, I'll figure something out how to do it. But being that I'm right-handed, I want it to my right side anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I may have to move my machine over further and do it that way. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Now,
it just came in today, so I didn't have time to figure it out yet.
Now, another thing that you can get, if you need a smaller space thing, Cathy, OmniGrid makes these little things. So you've got a cutting and a pressing, and it's just a little
folder. I have this right here.
Oh, yeah. That
Is
one
the
gets hot on
quilter
the other
cutting
side, though.
press? Huh?
That one warps after a while. Mine warped.
I don't know. So far mine has been pretty good, but I don't know. It's too small
Okay.
because I do a lot of things that are bigger than that board,
Yeah.
and I like to use that to trim.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because after I trim is when I press. I'm not going
Yeah.
to press until I've trimmed.
Well, I think what we're going to do is probably call it at an hour and a half, so 7:30 my time, 8:30 yours.
Yeah, sounds good.
That way, neither one of us will be completely done with anything because we got three more Thursday nights to go in
Getting
November.
anything done is more than getting nothing done.
That is true. That is so true. I will run out of pieces in a little bit because all I've got is 4 blocks worth that are completely cut.
Oh, goodness. And I was saying, I have a kitty cat here that's been trying to get my attention. And I'm not giving him any attention. He finally laid back down over here.
Well, my puppy dog was in here until the husband got back home. And then as soon as he got home, he called the dog out so that the dog can go get water and food and hang out with toys and all of that without being annoying on the camera.
Yeah.
Because he always picks the quiet times to go pick up his toy and start chewing on it or squeaking or something like that.
That's because he gets bored.
He does get bored. He's a typical guy hanging out in a quilt shop. He is bored. Not talking about you, William, if you're still here. I haven't seen him chat in a little bit. I think he would be entertained in a quilt shop. My dog,
well,
however,
maybe William isn't your typical guy.
No. He's a quilter guy. Sean would not be bored. Ian probably would not be bored. My husband might or might not be bored, but my dog will be bored for sure.
Not enough excitement for him.
No, they don't typically have balls rolling around on the floor that he can pick up and throw, or pick up and roll and play with, and they don't have dog toys with squeakies and all of that. Welcome in, Terry. So Terry has joined the chat, you guys.
Hey, Terry.
Thank you all so much for being here and coming to hang out. This is not my normal time. I'm not normally on Thursdays. This is replacing the Saturday morning lives. So I'm glad you guys are coming to hang out and check out Cathy from My Hobby Home. Check out her channel as well. Link is in the description box. And then definitely hit a like or unlike button on my channel. I do not mind. One or the other. YouTube takes them both and likes them both. I've always thought about putting out some content where everybody has to hit unlike or something just to see what YouTube does. Because there's been other content creators who've done that, and I just don't remember what the results were. Where everybody hits the unlike button. Like, nobody hits a like, everybody hits unlike.
Oh, no.
It's actually, it doesn't hurt your algorithm according to what the content creators I've seen that have done it have said. I just don't know personally. Nobody's done it yet. I say I have a thick
Now,
skin.
I know people that will put a thumbs down on it if that's not the type of content that they want to see.
Oh, no, that makes sense. Melina says that she is just hand quilting and watching. More power to you for hand quilting, Melina. That is something I do not have the patience or the hand strength to do. Oh, speaking of hand strength. So in one of the groups I'm in on Facebook, it's a quilting group, and the link doesn't work. It might be broken. Okay, which one is broken? The link to Cathy's channel or the link to Amazon? Let me know which link is broken, and I will go in and fix that. Because I know there's 2 links below the video. What was I saying? Oh, the hand quilting. These people are using hemostat, not scissors, but the hemostats like you have at the hospital for pulling stitching in or whatever. They're using hemostats to help them with their quilting.
Oh,
All right, let me go see if I can figure out.
that's interesting.
Cathy's. Okay, my link to your page does not work. Okay, let me go fix that. We shall have success.
If I put exclamation selfie, would it work?
Yeah, it will. That'll work for getting people that are currently live to your content, but we need to get the link to your channel up so that it absolutely, let's see, copy link.
There it goes.
Awesome. Yay. All right. And oh, I don't know what it changed that link to. I'm glad you pointed that out, Terry. Thank you. All right. So Cathy's link should be in the description box below. So it should be correct now. So I do apologize for that. It was unintentional. All right. Yay. So Terry says that she subscribed. And she uses hemostats for putting zippers in when she makes bags. That's a great way to use them. That is a great way to use them. Yeah, I did not even realize that YouTube somehow changed that link. Because I did the same thing before that I just did now, but YouTube somehow changed that link. YouTube just does not like me. That's what it is. All right, so I've got the rest of the ones for this set. The 4, so this is 3 blocks worth. I'm going to cut these apart. And that'll probably be about it for the night. Because we get to do this again next week.
Yes. I'll have all my squares cut, trimmed, and pressed then.
They'll go together.
That I've gotten done.
They go together so fast. So it makes it's a 9 patch. So once they're all cut and pressed and you've got your point pieces on, it is a 9 patch. So it will
okay.
So it will go together super fast. So you could actually line everything up and then pick up and sew as you go. Let's see. Susan says that she uses the hemostats to pull the freezer paper out from behind her applique pieces. That is a good use. I think that's actually what I think I used my hemostats for that too. It wasn't freezer paper, but it was my QuiltWorks table topper that I had a lot of tiny pieces in that. And yeah, I definitely used my hemostats for especially the small pieces. Because you can just scrape it a little bit and then just grab it with those hemostats. Thank you, Laura. She says, that's really pretty, Tammy. Yep, I just have 26 more to go. Just 26 more to go. And we got 3 more Thursdays to get these done before we go on to the next ones. Oh, have you started cutting your reds and background yet, Cathy?
No, I haven't touched the reds. I haven't even touched the dark blues for the setting pieces for
Oh,
the dish yet.
no, I haven't even touched that either. you were you were right in line. I was not even going to worry about the setting triangles until I had all the blocks done. I mean, I could see. Actually, could we put some of them together once we. Without. I think we basically get stopped after a few rows because. So you get one,
Let's see.
two.
I haven't.
You get the. You could do up to 4 rows by the end of December. And then in January, we could put the next row on and start on the next. Actually, in January, we could finish another 2 rows if we do a block a month,
Okay,
a
I'm
block a
looking on
week.
page 125.
Uh huh.
It looks like we're making 4 squares.
Um, you're gonna make 4 square units. That's the one on 124.
Yeah.
It's the symbol of the block, and then basically it's a 4 patch. Um,
Yeah.
and so the M and I pieces, those dark settings.
Those are end of rows there.
Mm-hmm. So because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
all because they're all set on point, you can get those first 3 I rows. So you'll have the M, and then the first 3 I's by the end of November, and then we could do that first row with the blue and red setting triangle at the top and the white background star at the bottom by the end of December. And then we'd have everything we needed and just, start putting rows on there as we get blocks finished. And it looks like there's almost 4 blocks. Like after those first 2 rows, there's 4 of those sampler blocks per row, the way that they're set on point. So February, March, April, and then May. No, May would actually do more than what we needed for that. So yeah, we could actually do that.
Probably
I hadn't thought about that.
Probably what I'm going to do is do all of my blocks first and then start piecing them together.
I may start piecing them together into the rows as we go. And it'll start showing up on my design wall. I might do that.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that, but that's pretty awesome. I hadn't looked at that in detail. Let's see.
I just wing it.
So Terry was asking Susan if she worked today, and Susan says no, too depressed to even want to do anything. That's not cool. That's not cool. That's what you're here for. You're here for the inspiration. We got to get you inspired again. We got to get you inspired. You still have that, stay in the hotel coming up. They are. Have you heard Susan's story as to what's going on?
I missed that.
Okay. They are redoing her apartment.
Oh, yes.
And so she's got to pack. Has to have everything packed up, and basically move into a hotel, while they redo the floors and all new appliances and counters and cabinets and all of that. That's a lot. And it's hitting right
It
during
is,
the
but you can look
holidays.
at it on the positive side. For me, that would be a great thing to happen because that way I would get rid of so much stuff because I don't want to pack it.
Yeah.
And then secondly, you're going to have beautiful floors when it's all done.
Yeah, you're going to have beautiful floors, beautiful kitchen cabinets. They're probably going to repaint. You're going to do all
And you're going to
of this
be done
work.
throwing away everything you don't need.
That's true. That's true. Oh, so Terry was asking if, or she said, I meant at the school, and you're entitled to take a mental break even from your hobby. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Susan said that she found out tomorrow movers will be there to take most of her packed boxes to put in the pod across from her door. So tape to close the ones that she hadn't already. That's awesome. That's good. You've got it going. You got it going. So that's fantastic. Oh, good question, Terry. She's asking Susan if they're giving her the key to the pod. She's going to be a pod child for a little bit. Latchkey kid to her
Do
own
they know
pod.
how long?
I think.
Do they know how long it's going to take them?
I think it was like 8 weeks or so, 4 weeks or 8 weeks.
Oh,
It's going to be a while. It's going to be a little while. They're doing all 8 apartments in the building.
wow.
All at one time. So, everybody in the building has to move out at the same time, basically. So, she says, I'm retired, so I work when and where I want, because she subs at a school, too. So, all right. Well, I need to go ahead and probably get off of here for the night, because I'm going to have to go get food. I haven't fooded lately today.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sure my husband will be happy for me to get off of here. He was asleep when I got home
Oh, no.
because he worked off at 5. He worked off at 5:00 this morning. So he worked from 5 yesterday to 5 this morning. So I'm sure he's ready to eat something too.
Well, my husband fixes my food, but I smell it. I smell something.
Yeah.
So, well, I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for coming to hang out. If you've not hit that like or that like button below the video, go ahead and hit that. If you've not subscribed to Cathy's channel, and or you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit those subscribe buttons. Make sure that you are following all of our content. We're going to continue with this 1 week from today. We are going to be back at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7 Central, every Thursday night until we are done working on land that I love.
That's okay. Just catch the replay.
Yes, absolutely catch the replay. Absolutely. So thank you guys for being here. I will be live again Sunday night. Cathy, when is your next content coming out?
Let's see. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Awesome.
I have something every day of the week at 5 p.m. except for Saturday and Sunday, and those come out at 9 a.m.
Awesome.
Those are my longer videos, and that way people can sew along with, sew. You get about 45 minutes to an hour. You could just sew and listen.
Those are fantastic, Cathy. So yeah, if you guys have not checked out Cathy's content, go out and check out her channel. And so tomorrow night at 5 p.m. you'll get content out over at Cathy's channel, 5 p.m. Central. And then 9 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. And you guys can catch me again Sunday night at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then, of course, my normal time also on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Mountain. So I will see you guys later. Terry says that she also put a video up early, and it's brief. And Andrea also put out a video to you guys, so Mama J Enterprises, and so Terry. So please give some love to all the content creators out there that are also hanging out here too. We want to show everybody some love and spread that around all of November. So thank you for being here. You guys